How you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be doing the first of many in my Versus series, where we take two NBA superstars that have like really similar games, really similar play styles, and we put them in a head-to-head matchup. And today we have Allen Iverson.
Crowd on its feet. Allen for the win. Yeah!
Versus Kyrie Irving.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good.
You know, two really ball-dominant players who have skill, kind of like had a lot of influence on the game. So let's get into the matchup.
Versus.
First, regular season stats. Of course, Allen Iverson had more games played. He also has more points per game as of now with 26.7. Kyrie Irving's at 23.4. Allen Iverson, this kind of shocked me, has more assists considering how, ball dominant he is. He has 6.2 and Kyrie has 5.7. Kyrie kind of edges him out. He has more rebounds, 3.9 versus 3.7. Allen Iverson comes back with the steals though, 2.2. Was a good defender. Kyrie Irving has 1.3. Irving is a better field goal shooter. Allen Iverson was deemed more of, just getting them shots up. He was like a guy who averaged a lot of shots. Kyrie Irving is a lot more efficient with, 47.2%. With the three-pointers, he's also very efficient from three. But that was a different game back then, so I don't really blame Allen Iverson. There was a lot of, getting into the paint, shooting a lot of mid-range back then. Irving has a better three-point percentage with 39.2. And he also shoots more free throws, better free throws, 88.5%. Let's take a look at the accolades.
Congratulations, 2001 NBA MVP, Allen Iverson.
Iverson is an NBA MVP. Irving is not. All-star selections, Iverson has 11. Kyrie has 8. All NBA teams, Iverson has 7. Kyrie has 3. Iverson has 4 scoring titles. That was kind of his specialty, being a scorer. A shoot first. That's why I was kind of like shocked about the assists. I kind of view Iverson as a shoot first way more than I view Irving as, a shoot first kind of player. Iverson passes a lot more than I expected, and he also, has four scoring titles.
Hey guys,
Wow.
that's almost better than hitting the three. Well, all right, not quite as good as hitting the three. Since that won the title, but can't be. That's awesome.
Jeff.
Kyrie Irving is a one-time NBA champ. Iverson did, get to the championship versus the Lakers. Didn't come up with a ring, though. And they both was, Rookie of the Years. Iverson in 1997, Kyrie Irving in 2012. And they're both going to be going to the Hall of Fame.
Leva looking in for Irving. Irving for the win! Oh my! A self!
Take a look at what they did in the playoffs. Iverson averaged 29.7 points per game in the playoffs. Kyrie, 23.3. Kyrie Irving also has played more playoff games than Iverson. Iverson has more assists, more rebounds, more steals. But, back to the field goal percentage, Kyrie is a better shooter from deep and just all around field goals and from free throw line. Now, talking about like impact on society and the game, a lot of kids, today look up to Kyrie Irving, but back then, Iverson, he was like a game changer for the way we talked about the NBA, the way people played, the style that they brought to the game. Two different eras, but I'm going to have to give the edge to Iverson just because, he was the pioneer for how a lot of people played, or how a lot of people wanted to play the game, killer crossover, the way he just break you down and, shoot over you at that size, being at that size of a guard, his style. I'm just going to have to go with Iverson over Kyrie. But, Kyrie is very, very, influential in the way that he plays his game, the way he gets his game off. You know, a lot of people want to play that solid game, but they can't really duplicate it because, you know, the guards these days are just shooting threes and stuff like that. And a lot of people don't have his handles. It's kind of hard to get to his handles because he's one of the best to ever do it. Hall of Fame handles, probably the best handles ever. So Iverson was, you know, a shot maker, shot creator. Irving has the handles and the skills. You know, between these two players, it's hard to, you know, pick between the two. You can't really go wrong either way. That's why I wanted to start off with these two guys, because I really like those two guys' game. They had a lot of influence on me. But if I had to choose between the two, if you was at the park and these two players were out there and you had to, you know, pick between one of those two, I'd probably say give me
Thinking. Thinking. Thinking.
give me Iverson. Just because if you want me to explain that pick, I say Iverson because him being the top dog on the team to make it to the finals. Irving's top dog was LeBron James. Iverson really never played with a guy like that. He just, you know, if I was picking between these two, I'd probably go Iverson. I want to hear your pick though. You know, like and comment who would you want between these two dominant ball handlers, scorers, Hall of Famers.